Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to make a Christmas card using products from Pajama Crafter Stamps. We're going to use the Nativity silhouette dies and the Christmas word dies for our sentiment. So that's what we're going to be using die-wise. I've got some black cardstock that I'm going to use for die cutting. I've got a piece of white cardstock I'm going to use for the shadow die and some ink blending. I've got a piece of metallic gold cardstock for my matte layer. And this is a piece I'm going to ink blend on for my background, because we're going to create a nighttime sunset scene. And I've got my A2 top folding card base. So we're going to do our ink blending first, because I'm going to need that a little bit more time to dry. So we're going to be using Distress Oxides. And I'm going to start out with Carved Pumpkin. So I'm going to come at the bottom and just kind of, or Spice Marmalade, I'm sorry. You can use whatever color you want. And then we're going to move into Picked Raspberry. And I'm going to start about right in there and bring it down some. Blend the two together, and I will come back with the brush that I just used for the Spice Marmalade and kind of blend that a little bit more. And the same thing with the Picked Raspberry. All right, now we're going to switch colors to our Seedless Preserve. Bring that in. And then I'm going to come back to Picked Raspberry. Add a little bit more of that. The thing with ink blending is you want to blend your colors until they give you a nice smooth look. Sometimes you have to go back over them a few times. All right. Now we're going to add in our prized ribbon. For our top part. And we are going to add some black soot in also. So we're just going to ink blend that. Try to blend them together. Just like so. And then we're going to bring in our black soot, which is my darkest color. And it's going to go mainly around the top area and kind of slightly blend it around the edge here just a little. I tried to pick the darkest blue and black, or blue that I had, and to have that nice gradient sky. Okay, I think we're going to add just a little bit more black soot. I could add a little bit of, once it's dry, I can add some just regular black soot if I want to, if it's not dark enough. I think we're going to be fine. And I'm going to add some little water droplets. Right on top. give me some stars. Take a paper towel, kind of stick that up. I'm going to move this to the side for a second. I've got my splat box, so I'm going to add some extra shimmer to this. I've got some gold shimmer spray. I'm just going to give that just a little bit. And then I've got a little white spray also. We're going to add just a little bit to that. And now I'm going to set this to the side and let that dry while we work on our other pieces. All right, we're going to go ahead and work on our die cuts. So for my gold foil, I'm going to cut my star out. And then we're going to cut the Christmas out also. From that, so we're just going to cut it from the center of our matte layer. And then my black cardstock, I will cut out my shadow die, or my silhouette of the Nativity set. Now I'll be right back. I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine. All right, now we're going to cut out our shadow from our cardstock there. All right, now we're going to layer our pieces up together. So I'm going to start off by layering this up on my matte layer, and I'm going to use dry adhesive for that. And I'm also going to add a little bit of liquid glue so that I can have a little wiggle room. This only has a very thin margin or border. Very thin border. It's just 1/8 of an inch. Go. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my card base. Around the edge here. And make sure our black is at the top. Because we would hate to have the wrong color at the top. Would we not? All right, here is my silhouette of the Nativity. So I'm going to go ahead and add that on. We're going to use our tweezers. Now you can pop this up if you wanted. I like to keep my holiday cards as flat as possible to avoid any excess mailing fees. I mean, Lord knows postage is as expensive as it is now and keeps going up every year. Sometimes twice a year. Keep them as flat as possible. And if you can't see the detail, look, see how that has that little impression in it also? So it has great detail in the die. Now I'm going to line that up in the center, right at the bottom. I'll just press that into place. Move it down just a tad. All right, now my little star. Well, actually, let's do our Merry Christmas first. Go ahead and attach that. And I'm just going to add Little dots of liquid glue behind it. The Mary is all in one. Cuts all out at once. The Christmas has the C separate, cuts out separate. Now I could easily double stack that if I wanted to. So we're going to start with this part first without the C. That way I can get the spacing on the end correct and then fill in with the C to finish off our sentiment. Well, if Rick could hold it, we would be cooking, y'all. Get that nice and in there. We'll take our little delicate C. Super delicate little die cut. That in. So there is my Merry Christmas sentiment. I believe is going to go right in there. And then I will take and add my little star at the top of the nativity set. Under our sentiment. Now you could pop that up if you wanted to have one element popped up. I'm just going to adhere it flat. Across the top. Make sure we're nice and lined up. And for a finishing touch, we're going to add some fairy dust rhinestones. I had to go find them. So we're just going to add just a few. I want to add one to the center of my star. I'm going to add one of the large ones there. And then I'm just going to sprinkle a few around the sky. Just to add another little touch of bling to make it have a little bit more starriness. Starriness, that's a word, y'all. Rickism. I'm trying to add in the medium as well as the tiny ones. That way we have a few different sizes going on. But I'm also watching where I'm placing them. Like the ones that I want to appear further back, I'm making sure to use the smaller ones. That way it appears that they're further away in the distance. The bigger they are, the closer they are. Again, there's a look at the finished card. I hope y'all give this a try, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Stay crafty. Love you.